LA on this.
But we also are going to have a reinstitution of the Angelino card, something that Mayor Garcetti started during COVID, that will actually provide cash assistance to people. Because, you know, you have people who don't want to leave their homes, who are not going to work, and they are in need of cash. It's a couple $100s. I don't know the exact amount, and this should be available in about a week.
And that's specifically for people who have been affected by ICE raids.
Well, at least they have homes. You know, people in Altadena and Pacific Palisades and Malibu, they don't have homes. They don't have permits to build because Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass are letting insurance companies do whatever they want, which is not make any payments. So you can't get permits unless you have funding. Yes, and so these people have been.
Yeah, so as you can see, Karen Brands is getting out cash handouts to illegal immigrants who needs help when it comes to these LA raids, when it comes to from the federal ICE agents. So, want to hear you guys' thoughts. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
So Mayor Karen Brands is handing out cash assistance to illegal immigrants impacted by Donald Trump ICE raid. Once again, they're paying illegals to stay. Now, don't get me wrong. I love immigrants. Because immigrants does an impact when it comes to the United States economy. You do need immigrants. Like I said, when it comes to the aspect of farmlands and jobs that American people do not want to do, they're all wanting to do it. However, you gotta do things the right way. Holding illegal immigrants, is very dangerous because remember, you got to keep in mind some of these illegal immigrants you have not done a background check. Now, I'm not talking about the working class illegal immigrants, because they are very, like I said, they're very empowered when it comes to the United States economy. But the other ones that just stand around and they're now able to get government assistance over there in California, it's going to impact the city a lot. And I know President Trump ain't gonna like it, and he's gonna comment on that very, very soon, because remember, they're doing something that's totally against what the promises he made during the campaign to make sure everything go right during the right process. Go ahead, Akeem, your thoughts.
Okay. So I want to read this off to people, and I want the state of California. California, we love y'all. My brother lives there. I want y'all to hear me out, and we're going to understand why we're going to vote red again in the next election. In the next election after that. To hear Karen Bass say something as disrespectful, as insulting, she needs to be held up on charges, and Gavin Newsom. Let me tell you why. Los Angeles has a very large homeless population with significant encampments. San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, including Tent City and Safe Ground, Santa Cruz, Rose Camp, and San Lorenzo Park. You have Santa Rosa, and just statewide. So let me ask you a question. You're going to give cash payment to undocumented citizens when we got people on Skid Row dying every day. You're going to give cash assistance payment when y'all can't even fix your homeless population. And y'all got all them people who done lost their houses and they homeless now. You're going to give cash assistance to undocumented citizens who have homes, who just say, I'm not going to go work today. When we physically see people lying on the street getting cooked like bacon in that hot ass sun in California. And they could sure use $200-300 cash to get somewhere. Disrespectful.
And the thing is, Hakeem, remember, we talked about when Biden was president, how these Democrat mayors and Democrat governors will give out money for have these immigrants stay. We talked about this. We talked about this in Chicago. Remember that? We talked about this in New York. When it comes to LA, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised whatsoever. And I won't be surprised if Gavin Newsom will get some. I won't be surprised if Gavin Newsom say, hey, I'll help you guys out, talk y'all some cash assistance too. This is how Democrats think about immigrants, illegal immigrants. They think about it as useful, and we need them. We'll give them money. We'll give them housing. We'll give them EBT cards. We will do wherever we want to make sure our immigrants stays here. And this comes from Democrats, Democrat mayors, Democrat governors, and Democrats presidents, senators, and all that type of thing. So when it comes to Democrats, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. You know, I'm offended because I remember when we had a bill passed for where black people should get reparations here in the state of California. I remember it was on Gavin Newsom's desk. Gavin Newsom hadn't looked nothing like, never looked at it. But when it comes to immigrants, oh, we'll help you guys out, whatever. We'll give you cash papers and everything like that. So, yeah, man. Am I a little upset about it? Absolutely. But when it comes to the Democrats, I am not surprised. This is what they do. This is what they do, and I hope a lot of black people and other white people, whatever people, they see this, because you know, this is I just don't want people to be blind about what Democrats do because of immigrants. They would do whatever it takes to keep them there. If they could give them $1 million, I bet they'll do that. If they could give them $1 million, some way they could find the money to give immigrants $1 million to stay, they will do that. This is what comes, and Democrats, they like to do this stuff, and they will keep doing this. So I just want people to see when it comes to the Democrats, immigrants, they will do whatever they can to make them stay.
Now that we